Baba me kwa umane so namine Yera Richard Kumadoe ending komo on this electoral process and a course no. Yera Richard, my chim wakwa by the Baudia 95.1 me the JB. Now so Enra. Yes, Enra observe keenly a course so the special voting across the country. What would be your first observation?
Number one, your observation, you say you're very serene. Serene, say Auntie Bonibia say Yatitu or baby, and I say giddy be by it could lead to conflict. Number two, national turnout average in the special election, everyone say about 70 to 80%. Nature say is a good thing. The only thing I've always been worried about are two things: voter displacement on the main election on Saturday, any deletion of names of voters, and nationally, some of law enforcement officers and also someone who register for special voting, some of them can't find their names. We understood some special operation be to clear up and they transfer 30 people, and that could account to the 70 to 80%. Then the major one that got everybody talking was the sharing of food and vote buying publicly by politicians at certain police stations all over the country. And to me, these are the four things that caught my eye and right.
Now, so in spite of our observation, we are making a special voting. Another CSO at the observation media said there was an aspect of votes buying obi the cube no kwakoto aba no be the aduane sign no aduane say yesika say dey na womo nobody knows about it nobody say almost say omo konkwaji nkodi no konkwato aba when it is also presumed say it's going to influence their decision. Enra will be sending me message say ne papa ye fire service ni enra mo man 200 Ghana cedis on kwato aba and farmer one political party. Then there was an aspect of the fact that omoto abani we are no matter take a snapshot. No more dia kwako go social media hwehwe nimu so mo de yede so mo de yede. These are some of the observations that other people so make here. Security wise, is it too healthy for our body politics?
No. I've been to several places across the country within a day. Vote by no me who yeah. Do mo fresh mo fasigam bra na ye farmer boys no mokoto aba. Without knowing those behind them, those sitting with them, publicly. Amafokoto ababa na yama musika. Some MPs came around, they were removing money from their back pockets and their front pockets. Some of the pockets is 50 cedis, some of the pockets are 200 cedis, some of the pockets are 5 cedi notes, and many of those things. It is all over the place. And as for the for them as security officers, we are very naive that they will take food from a politician. I mean, name the answer, but this shows the level of ineptitude and the level of desperation, desperation and despondency in our body politics. From 1992, we have gone through several stages of the political activities when it comes to elections. This new trend we are seeing now, the political space watchers must start speaking about it. Otherwise, it's another huge phase that has difficulty we cannot manage in the future, and the repercussions on nationhood and national security very, 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 very difficult, Maya, if we don't stop it now.
Now, so an incident be one of the northern regional towns. Me refer specifically the place, but so there was an issue of scientific paper. Almost some papers be drew on and there was one of the booklets near temperature about 100 of them near temperature and this issue of scientific paper no is bibia what said da and bibia a koso ewa yamanyo semu. And has it ever occurred to us as Ghanaians to say bibi sabi to me a koso ewa December 7th during the elections?
You know, one of the other ones that came around that side saying one of the constituencies, Syria numbers are very wrong. And it took the election officers some time to make the ratification, which goes to buttress the point. And they said the eastern region and the western region once they need to pay attention. Then what led to the reprinting of voter region in Bono, they also need to pay attention because in some police stations, I think in one of the police stations in Accra and some other places we are hearing, Nigeria now mentioned there has been an issue and it paused it for some time before they rectify. Which in I need to investigate it and I need to follow it a little bit deeper. But say a new variant into our election procedure now, then everybody has to be made aware. Then we know the pros and cons. Say infiltration, and I say been any research work, and I say some people deliberately fit into it. Then it might be bordering on fraud, and it might be having some repercussions. It's also something that we need to look at it before December 7th.
Because you're interrogating the issue further. Besides, say, Omode Banona seals of various political parties now are broken and they said no. But one of the ballot booklets, now you're pretty muma, and I mean, indicator say you're two amount one political party about 100.
Exactly,
of them.
That is fraud.
Yes,
that is fraud. That is election fraud. Peace Council cannot resolve this. Peace Pact cannot resolve this. This is pure fraud. It is fraud. It is fraudulent. It is irregularity, and it's an election infraction that needs quick attention by the IGP. This is fraud, and when it happens on the national election, it could lead to some repercussions. This is fraud, and we need to stop it. And we need to say it the way it is, and stop bending the rules. This is fraud. When you bend the rules and broke the rules, sometimes you're allowed to bend it, but when you break it like the way it's broken, and care is not taken, there might be some other consequences and ramifications. So let's deal with it. I'm happy you are bringing it up. Let's deal with it as quickly as possible.
Very well. Enra me checks actually me say Enra Mosanso return ballot no to the Electoral Commission. Now at this point in time, say a ban say in a situation like this, when you blame is it the Electoral Commission?
No, or Papa Police, any Electoral Commission. No, that is the procedure. Say everyone say they call Electoral Commission. We need to follow up and find out why. But Papa Police. In some of the police stations, minimum crap there. Now police station was police center and they had no police no. And so we are no call back. But in some other police stations, ballots need free. Police armory no nobody call ye. Say whatever they repackage it security wise, then nobody call back to police. And see, it's not back to the Electoral Commission.
No, but in this instance, what happened was before say omo SSU no omo de bag no and I say ballot papers no fit encry ba no political parties no be the seal edit to bag na now so be and temper with it but ebe drew the said constituency one na omo SSU no mo bia no omo bia no wie ye omo yi ballot paper baako and I say ballot booklet baako and omo realizes that it has been printed at the one political party. And some maybe specifically say, are we to blame the Electoral Commission or we are to blame the printing press or who? And
yes, so it should be Electoral Commission because from the ceiling, the way before somebody to police armory and with all manner of seals on it, and the not problem is for Electoral Commission. And the answer say Electoral Commission will go back to the printing house of that particular printing, who did the printing for that particular ballot. It will be very difficult. Everything is presumably okay in this country, and it can happen any day, anytime. Say, every go into the police armory, normal yes, and a high level, low level probability. To be banned, say, now other political parties and so before say out, and we see another probability. And now let's go back to the printing house and find out whether it was done there and it was packaged at the police headquarters or election headquarters before it was dispatched to the constituencies. Because that is the rule.
At this point in time, the first phase we account the major elections. DNI expecting ahead of this election and on the day of election and after the elections.
No, I think voter education is important again. Voter education is important. Then the core responsibilities of Electoral Commission, making sure that the machines don't break down, people can find their names to vote. Where there are difficulties of voter displacement, they will be there to provide an answer. then Papa police negligence will have to be avoided. Negligence of police officers will have to be avoided, or election security task force in general need to be avoided. We will need the media. They say electoral commission has listened their decision. Say the media guys at the police station can have some access to the coalition centers. Let our brothers and sisters in the media speak it the way it is, be objective, say it the way it is, be truthful. If for of us in the middle, yet me done negativity onto positivity, it will serve as well. Because on election day, MPP ni ho, NDC ni ho, these are political parties who will merge into Ghanaians who are forming lines to go and vote. And the public education, the Papa police are negligent. The electoral commission machines doesn't break down and people can find their names. If the media is on top of their game and says the way it is, and the rest will leave it to God.
Finally, on this, how is it like, say, an immigration officer or any other voter? Realize say ubia to abano on his or her behalf. Abra onimoshe.
It's fraud. It's fraud. It's fraud. In some elections, this is one of the key issues that came up. Voter impersonation. I mean, if you observe yesterday, Usha Bibia, police agents, almost sitting arrangement. To Nipana or ballot papers, Nima voters, there could be disparities and non-convergence criteria because normally it leads to overvoting and many of those things. And the end of say, and also very slim, but it is possible in many of our elections we hold in this country.
But hold on for a question from my colleague.
Uncle Richard, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, this is Henry. Mpacho, on the issue of JBB's question, no, me per clarity kakra, especially the polling or agent for the various political parties, as per law, what should be the distance between them and then the process, i.e. the officials are awarded to ballot nadi? Because if they were around and close by, at least they could have realized that whoever were picking the bio data was not the right person. I don't know if there is any explanation to this.
Issue. Then they keep shouting and keep throwing tantrums. Now, and not only the distance, but the position now, it is non-effect. The action is taking place now. They are not seeing it. The police station agents cannot see where the actual action is taking place. And it's becoming a waste of everybody's time. I'm telling you the truth. Naminia, is it not the same case? You say a re-election, a electoral commission who fills the form and ask the police agents to sign a form they have not filled. And they are asking them to sign against their will. And so when they sign and there's a problem, you don't think that the guy who conducted the election, the guy who filled the form, the guy who signed before the the police agent, he will be left free, and the police agents would rather be the ones to be blamed. This democracy and the core processes of it, we are flashing all the basic rules, and we just don't know what we are doing until the day there will be trouble. Oh shit, your idea was security move. We use it for monitoring and observatory purposes. We call it for positioning. Where your positioning is wrong, you can't see anything. And now almost all the places we run to with planes and with cars and almost all manner of those places, positions need the brain. It is wrong. They are not seeing it. They are not seeing the bio data check. They are not seeing the number of paper they've given to the voters. And so UTA said overvoting bad, that is the reason. UTA said there's a voter impersonation, that is the reason. Because their sitting position is wrong. Not even just the distance, but the beyond one, it is so wrong. Say, they don't see anything and they are just sitting there as spectators and they are not watching anything. And even if they watch, they are not seeing anything.
So Richard, wasi enanope any time when you dia my dia church se mu dia che bibi che dwe besa so ba onche na ye ne obedi nkomo Yera Richard Kumadoe, a security expert and analyst. I don't know, I did some way to very, very interesting and
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,